What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Guys Pulling on a Budget.
Welcome back!
Do you remember when you could just walk into a store like Walmart or Target and there was an abundance of stuff on the shelves? That's not happening so much anymore. Stuff is flying off the shelves because of scalpers. Card shops are going to these stores to pick stuff up, and it is getting way harder to find stuff at MSRP. That's what we're going to talk about today, finding stuff at MSRP. But before we get into that, make sure you're dropping a comment down below what your favorite PokéBall is. Make sure you're liking these videos and that you're subscribed to the channel because we're still trying to give away that Houndstone EX box if I can find out where my finger goes. And if we've already hit that by the time this releases on Friday, we're going to move on to the 500 sub one that has the mystery slab moved down to it, because as of filming, we are at 245 subscribers. So I do appreciate you guys so far, but we still need 5 more to hit that 250, and then we're moving on to 500.
Just do it!
In the meantime, I'm going to be opening up 5 packs of Surging Sparks because, like I said, it is getting harder and harder to find stuff at MSRP. And because we're doing this on a budget, I refuse to pay more than MSRP. So let's get into it right now. All right, let's talk about the first thing that comes to mind when we think about this crazy hype and how everything is way overpriced: scalpers.
I think something stinks in here!
These are the type of people that go into a store, load their carts up with just an abundance of Pokemon product, go to the checkout, go home with it, post pictures of it online, eBay, OfferUp, all the websites that you know of, and just charge exorbitant prices for them, 2 or 3 times the price. And are just killing the market for people like us that are just trying to enjoy the hobby at a decent price, at the price that Pokemon intended it to be. The Pokemon International Company has made a few steps in order to try and limit this. Most of that has been done online, and then some of the retailers have gone ahead and put limits on them. I was in my local Target, and they put a 2 product limit per customer. But what's stopping people from going back inside and buying more, or bringing 10 of their friends and saying, hey, here's $10 if you buy 2 products, so that way I can go home and stock up and all that good stuff. There is no surefire way to get rid of this problem. Bottom line, there is no way to stop people from doing it.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Everyone's trying. As far as I've seen, most retailers are trying, I should say. Not everyone, but most retailers are trying. Costco doesn't even put their stuff out anymore. I got a product at Costco because one of my friends told me that there was product at Costco. And when I went there, you had to actually go up and check out, add it to your order, and then go to the merchandise claim area and claim it. And they brought me out my box and I was on my way. So good on Costco for doing stuff like that. Good on Target for trying to institute a limit of 2 per people. And good on Pokemon International Company for going to Pokecenter.com and putting stuff in place to try and get rid of the bots. We all saw the Phantasmal Flames orders that got canceled because it was from scalper bots. So that's a whole nother problem. Another thing they're doing is like the Pokemon vending machines that are in stores. They're doing timed releases of product. So most of the time, not everything is released at one time. And you can only buy so much. The problem is, they're random, right? I haven't tried, but I have seen online that people can't nail down a specific time when this stuff is coming out. That way you can't just rush to the store at that time and get it before a scalper does. These scalpers are doing nothing else but sitting around and waiting for this stuff to drop, so that way they can snatch it up at MSRP and go home and put $300 on a $160 box. They're putting $80 on a $30 booster bundle. And it's starting to get ridiculous. I mean, it's been ridiculous for a while.
What did he say?
That is a couple of the things that are going on in the community right now. And then at that same time, to stay up with the market, and because honestly, they can get the prices, card shops are also kind of doing the same thing. And this isn't a knock against card shops. They're all small businesses. They have to do what they have to do to feed their family. And they have to do what they have to do to protect the community from just a full onslaught of scalping. Their prices are generally higher than MSRP because they are either getting product to MSRP because that's the only way they can get product right now, Pokemon's putting a lot of emphasis into these Pokemon centers and all that good stuff. So I have seen allocations for some of my favorite card shops kind of dip, so they can, take care of other things. So sometimes they go and buy the stuff at MSRP, and then the scalpers are charging 2 to 3 times the price. So the card shops have to in order to keep up with them and try and get these cards in the hands of collectors. That's not an excuse, but it's just the way business works. So unfortunately, for now and for the foreseeable future, we're stuck with these higher prices and skimming the bottom of the barrel for 5 packs of Surging Sparks. So I could do this video and still open something up for you guys. At that same point, let's go back to the big box retailers. Their restocks are super inconsistent and super irregular. And I know there are things out there like PokeNotify and stuff like that that try and give us a heads up when stores like Costco, Sam's Club, Target, Walmart, so on and so forth are doing restocks, but they're not always on the same day. They're not always at the same time. And I have a full-time job. I don't have time to go sit at a Walmart and wait for them to restock to try and get stuff at MSRP. So it's getting kind of ridiculous. And that's kind of just my 2 cents. This was kind of a venting video, first and foremost, but also just to kind of educate you on where the market is right now and how it's not going to slow down anytime soon. So with that in mind, let's get into these 5 packs of Surging Sparks and see if we can pull something good. I'm hoping for the Pikachu or really anything. So like I said, we got 5 packs of Surging Sparks here today. I'm hoping to pull the Pikachu, the Latias, the 5 cards that we've talked about every time we've opened up Surging Sparks is the top 5 cards in there. But let's start with this Pikachu and see if we can get something that is worth getting. I'm hoping that this has some stuff that we're missing from our Surging Sparks Master Set. That would be great. And then we first start off with a basic Fire Energy, little Togepi action, little Blitzel. Sorry, just trying to keep myself organized as I go. Yeah, Mask. Whoop. Quaxley. Latios. Surfer. Appleton. Kilowattrel Reverse. Shroodle Reverse. And a Rabska. So unfortunately nothing in that first pack.
It's caca.
But it's okay. We got 4 more to go. And hopefully we can get something that makes this whole venting video worth it. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this whole crazy market right now. I'm sure if you're anything like me, you're not too happy about it, but trying to make it work to the best of your ability. Uxie, Charcadet. And hopefully sometime soon, I was really hoping the Mega Evolution would kind of stave the Scarlet and Violet market, but not so lucky yet. Meowstick. Callbell. Spupa. Little Phanpy. And Landorus. Nothing. Do you need clean energy that actually works? Enter Dubby. Dubby is my go-to powdered energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics, including their patented Neurofactor, which is proven to boost brain performance. Obviously, I need some right now. 1 scoop with cold water gives you about 150 milligrams of caffeine, which is the equivalent of 2 cups of coffee. Without the jitters or crash, it is sugar-free, 0 calorie, no fillers, and no artificial flavor. Whether you're opening packs, grinding on games, or just powering through your day, Dubby keeps you focused and energized as you go throughout your day. With exciting flavors like s'mores, tiger's blood, and Dragonade, you can't go wrong, and there's plenty to choose from. Make sure you go to w.gg and enter code POKEGUYS, that's POKEGUYS, code's on the screen, for a discount to help us keep funding pack openings on a budget. All right. This is it. We're going to go on a 3-pack run. I'm calling it now. Wow, that is a messed up code card. Doesn't look like any of the... Sorry, I wanted to check the corners of the cards real fast. All right. Basic Leaf Energy. Arvesta. Mankey. Execute. Swablu, Iron Bundle, Lisi as a pill, Azumarill, Reverse Hollow Phoebus, Reverse Hollow Colberberry, and I was wrong because that Hollow Chen Pao tells me we're not going to go on a 3-pack run. All right, 4th pack. Basic Fire Energy, Tandemus, Vampy, Stunfisk, Shellos, Miraidon, Drayton, Wochen, Reverse Hollow Vivillon, Crocolore, and a Palkia. Are we going to go 0 for 5?
Loser, loser.
We're not going to get a single hit out of this. That's crazy talk. Okay. Energy. Rotom. Brava. Whoa. Skipping a whole bunch of cards. Klefki. Fuecoco. Man, I am all over the place for this one. Gravity Mountain. Executor. Another Miraidon. Citadel. Reverse Hollow Zweilous. And a Gouging Fire Hollow. Wah, wah, wah.
Disappointing.
All right, so unfortunately we went 0 for 5 in those Surging Sparks packs, but that's how it happens sometimes. It's the name of the game. It is what it is. All that good stuff. We'll get them on the next one. I'm super excited about the next couple of videos. We're going to do a Halloween special video next week since it is Halloween. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to see that. Like these videos down below, and we're commenting what our favorite Pokeball is. And also tag a friend, because I'm ready to give away this Houndstone EX box. I've had it for too long, and we can move on to the Ursaluna box at 500 subs. So thank you again so much for watching Guys Pulling on a Budget. Let me know down below how you feel about the market, and we'll see you on the next one.